Good evening. This episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap is being brought to you by the Smart Money Manuscript. Hello, my name is Timothy Lee Rice Sr., and I'm the creator of the Smart Money Manuscript. But Tim, what is the Smart Money Manuscript? The Smart Money Manuscript is your roadmap to financial freedom. Inside this powerful course designed to transform your financial future, I've meticulously condensed over 1,000 of my public YouTube videos into 40 highly efficient lessons that span just 2.5 hours. This course is strategically designed into 4 phases to help guide your learning in the most logical and effective way possible. Phase 1 lays the groundwork, covering essential financial literacy like budgeting, banking, and taxes. In phase 2, you'll move beyond the basics, learning about brokerage accounts, figuring out how much you need for your own individual retirement. You learn about how to do fundamental research on companies, and you'll also learn how to conduct technical analysis by looking at stock charts. Phase 3 empowers you to build a robust portfolio and leverage your capital using advanced techniques like options and futures, and it also teaches you the importance of backtesting your strategies. Finally, phase 4 takes a deep dive into the advanced ICT concepts, giving you a professional edge. Each lesson includes a short quiz to help solidify your understanding. By the end of this journey, you'll have the confidence and tool that you need to make intelligent investing decisions, manage your money without fear or ambiguity. So if you want to be a long-term buy and hold investor, if you want to be a swing trader, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to trade stocks, if you want to trade options, if you want to trade futures, the Smart Money Manuscript is for you for $69.99. Yes, $69.99 for all of this here. Why won't it stop? They don't want me to. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. My Zoom is locking up. The computer. Stop the. Everything is totally locked up. Everything is totally locked up. Hear me. Check. Can it?
I hear you.
I don't know what's going on. Like my computer is locked up. It won't let me stop screen. Zoom not generate a crash report to help Zoom resolve the problem. Try to stop. Type stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. I tried sharing my screen and everything locked up, and I'm sick of it. I can't even see it won't show my camera. My mouse is all locked. All right, man. I can't, my mouse not responding. I don't know where my mouse is. It sounds crazy. It's doing it. Hold on, let me see what's going on. I'm trying to see if I can get it to work without if I got to restart it, then start a new. Like nothing is. Every time I try to click something, it like goes into like a crazy delay mode. Going to a crazy, like the camera not even showing. All right. Not seeing any. Uh, Still here trying to figure it out, y'all. Up a new stream. I'm gonna have to do a new stream because I'm gonna have to restart the computer. And when I restart the computer, I could cause Zoom link will be the same. Zoom link not gonna change, but I'm gonna have to do stream because when it's gonna end that live stream. Use that same live stream. Um, Stick around for a few minutes. Another live stream. Matter of fact, let me see if I'm gonna go ahead and set now. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the stream now and the computer and get right back on. All right. Mad laggy. Give me a second. I'm setting up a new right now. Hold up. Let me see what happened if I just close this Zoom. Will it end the stream? Let me leave meeting. Just let me leave meeting. Host.
Did anybody take any trades today?
No, not me.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I haven't traded yet. I've been with this group for a year. Um, Futures, I've never traded. Just haven't had a chance to sit down and learn the system. But I do use it for SPY and SPX.
Okay. I look at NASDAQ and trade QQQ, and it's been working.
Yeah, it should work. It's the same,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just have to be patient and I guess learn something that didn't do well at the beginning. Lost a lot of money. And now I'm terrified.
Oh, that's why I'm tapping into Tim Tidbits.
Yeah, I've been catching up on his older stuff just so I can review it.
Let's see. Jim. You guys, we are waiting for Tim to log back in, but we may have to start the Zoom over if you don't come back in here. Mhm. Let's see, computer. Saying really hot right now. Mm, let's see. He said the feds are watching. Oh, oh goodness.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
I hear you.
Okay, it's saying it can hear me. All right. It for some reason I can't share my camera. Not picking up my plan. I shouldn't have did picking up my camera for the camera because I don't on the background a few minutes ago. Virtual background. Turn the if I hit none. That didn't do anything.
No.
And glitchy, so
You want us to just leave and come back?
started my whole computer. So it's like I don't know what it's doing. Like I've restarted my whole computer. Know what I do on a thing. So let me turn this off. Camera off. Let me see if it'll let me share my screen. Let me see. Use video. You see, it just gave me that message again.
Hmm.
It says something about the virtual back still loading. Virtual background still loading. Uh, uh, just let me hide the camera. Then I'll just. All right, we're just gonna have no camera. Share my screen. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all can see my screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The Fed's watching y'all.
Evidently. Oh my
The Feds
goodness.
are watching. Let me make sure YouTube's still good. Is YouTube still good? Let me make sure YouTube's still good.
Mm,
Cause I put it up on my phone and I was
yeah, I
typing
see it on
chat on
YouTube.
phone. All right. Okay. I put it up on my phone just so I could make sure it was still everything was still going as according to plan. And yes, everything is still working. People said yes. Are you continuing on Zoom or YouTube? Both. Both. All right. So y'all don't need to look at my ugly mug anyway. Y'all don't need to see my face. Yes, y'all don't need to see my face. Um, we got Deborah up in here. We got Marco. We got Honey. We got Gigi. We got Seawalk. We got Jim up in here. We got Kim. We got Hit Learn and Share. We got Tasha and the biggest dog of them all, Snoopy, up in here. We got Felicia. What's going on, Felicia? We got Jay Tracy. Is that Jada? Is Jay Tracy Jada? I think that's Jada. Anyway, Jay Tracy up in here. I said Felicia. Did I say Felicia? What's up, Felicia? If I didn't say Felicia. All right. Them all the names that I see, so them all the names gonna say. How y'all doing today, man? Did Price do anything today that caught you off guard? If Price did something today that caught you off guard, say, hey, Tim, I expect the Price do this, but it did that. Can you walk through? Can you walk through this with me and help me figure out, what signature did I miss? What signature did I miss? If we look over here, if I turn on my fancy dancing not on, I got to go and turn it on. All right. So if we look over here, we'll see that we're looking at an hourly chart on the NQ NASDAQ mini, the E-mini NASDAQ. All right. Today is Monday, December the 15th. So we talked about it last night. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, 10 trading days left in the month of December. Right? 10 trading days left in the month of December. Okay. We have dropped down, but we didn't get our eagle on. And if we look at if we notice here today on the pre-market, hold on before I go into that, right? Thank y'all for y'all patience, having crazy technical difficulties today. Welcome to another episode of Tim's Tidbits. Thank you. Yes, I heard Deborah and Marco talking. The concepts work for anything that has a chart that's on the stock exchange. If it has a chart, aka price action, and it's on the stock exchange, the ICT concepts work for it. Right? All it takes is time and patience. Right? You understand how that asset moves, and you trade in accordance to how the assets move. Some stuff you got to hold trades longer than others because they move. Some stuff moves slow, some stuff move fast. But if it has price action, right, the concepts work. Okay. I've used it personally on futures. I've used it on stocks, and I've used it on ETFs. Right. I traded stocks and ETFs via options. And of course, I trade futures via the future contract. Somebody said price too volatile for me. Right? Yeah. We're in volatile times, right? And when price is like really volatile, what does that mean? If price gets super volatile, what does that mean? That means we got to scale back. We got to scale back on our risk, scale back on the amount of risk that we're taking, right? And what I mean by that is we got to scale back on our sizing, because if price is really volatile, it's going to require us to have larger stops. Because when you're trading, right? When you're trading, you want to place your stops per what structure deems, right? You got to trade stops per what structure deems. So no matter if you trade ICT concepts, trend lines, indicators, chart patterns, no matter what it is, everything has a place where you're supposed to put your stop per what you're trading, right? There is no trading strategy out there that lets you willy-nilly use a hard 20-point stop every time, because everything is deprived, is not deprived, but is it comes from price action. Indicators comes from old price action. Trend lines come from old price action. Chart patterns come from old price action. ICT concepts come from old price action, right? Everything comes from the price action. So if it's coming from the price action, there is a required place to put your stops. You see what I'm saying? So when price is more volatile, we want to scale back in size, right? Either one, you got one or two choices: scale back in size, or go down in time frames to get a more manageable stop loss, right? And where people shy away from the lower time frames because they feel like, oh, the price is moving so fast on the lower time frames. The price ain't moving no faster. It ain't moving no. I used to think that, oh man, when I think back to the dumb stuff I used to believe because somebody told me, right? Price ain't moving no faster on the 1 second chart than it is on a 1 hour chart. Because when you look at the 1 hour chart, you notice price is going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and the candles are printing, right? The candles are printing. It ain't moving no faster, right? If we look at this right here, right now, right? Right. You see that? You see that? You just saw that move, right? That just moved. It moved right there, right? It'll move again. Its price is moving really slow right now, but it'll move again eventually, right? On this, see, it just moved again. You saw that move right there? It dropped down right there. But guess what? If I come down to a 15-second chart, right? It ain't moving no faster. It ain't moving no faster. See, it's doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying? It's doing the exact same thing, except for it's just like a lower time frame, right? And coming down to the lower time frame, what that allows you, it gives you structure that you can say, okay, now that price has done this, right? Now that price has done this, this low should be safe now. So now if I enter here, this low should be safe, right? Instead of being on a 15-minute chart, right? Instead of being on a 15-minute chart where you say, if I enter on this order block, that low should be safe, right? So see, right? See the difference there, right? This is my risk. This is my risk per the 15-minute chart, right? 21 points. And this is my risk per the 15-second chart, 5 points, right? Coming to the lower time frame, a good 8 times out of 10 is just going to give you an opportunity to formulate a better risk to reward trade. All right. It's going to give you an opportunity to eyeball out a really good scalp. Right. A lot of the time, 8 times out of 10, it's going to give you a nice little scalp to shoot for. Better risk to reward. Right. And then if you get in and you really, trust the process and you are on the right side, it gives you the opportunity, right? Let's just say if you're shooting for this high right here, right? And we're going to look at it on both sides, that same high. Come on. Come on, you dirty dog, you. Right? So if you notice here, over here, the risk to reward is a 1.37 to 1, right? But over here, the risk to reward is a 6.1 to 1. So coming down here and getting in on this, and what, Tim, how does that help us out, right? For futures, right? You look over here and you say, oh, I can afford to put on almost 5 contracts based off how I got my account set up. Whereas over here, I can only afford to put on 1 contract, right? Not saying you have to put on 5, but this is how, because in Forex and stuff like that, right? You can come in and say, hey, I want to risk 1%. And it'll tell you, it'll have you risk 1% no matter how big you make this stop loss, right? It'll just put your lot size so that you're only risking 1%, right? So when you go in and you say, I want to risk 1%, right? It's going to put your lot size to be a 1% lot size. So when you go up here, that's why you hear a lot of people who trade Forex talk about risk to reward, risk to reward, risk to reward, because it's easy to set their loss limit to a percentage and say, every trade I take, I want to take 1%, no matter where they put this stop. If they put the stop here because of structure, they risking 1%. If they put the stop here because of structure, they risking 1%. They risking 1%. No matter how big or small they make the stop, they're only risking 1%. right? And it adjusts it for them. Now with futures, it works out a little bit different because you're just going in and buying contracts, and based off of how you got your risk set up in there, you're saying the max I want to risk on any trade is $500, right? That's how I got this set up right now. That's just what it's defaulted to. But you put in how much you want to risk, right? And so when you go put your um when you put your position tool on, it lets you know based off of your risk management of saying the max you ever want to risk is $500. If you put your stop here, you can trade almost 5 contracts. You can't get an almost, so you can put 4 contracts on. Right over here, it says based on your risk of risking no more than $500, you can only put 1 contract on, a little over 1. So you're risking a little less than 500 with 1 contract, and you risking a little less than 500 with 4 contracts. Right. And so that's how, what I'm saying, the risk to reward play out on the future side. Right. On the future side, the amount of contracts you can take. Right. And if I stretch this down even more, now, right, I can only take 9 micros. I can't even take 1 mini. If my stop was that big, I can only take 9 micros on this trade right here, right? So in order to stay within my risk parameter. All right. I don't even know how I got on all of that, but I don't know. But that's just that's that. Anyway, I don't know how I got there. Looking at price action today, right? I was talking about the pre-market analysis. I was talking about something. Those that was in the pre-market analysis, right? Did y'all find it helpful? Oh yeah, I'll start talking about the pre-market analysis. And then I said it worked because I heard Marco and Deborah talking. Did y'all find value in the pre-market analysis today? I did it with the whole gang. Everybody was invited, right? Not just the diamond members. Did y'all find value in it?
Yes, it was wonderful.
It was wonderful. Give me one takeaway since it was wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot just like that. Give me a takeaway. You two here to learn and share. You said yes. Give me a take. What you find helpful about it? Give me a takeaway.
I found it helpful when price opened up and it started dropping and you was like, well, it didn't really give you opportunity to participate because I mean it just kept dropping, you know. Because me, I
Mm-hmm.
would be like, okay, well, I missed where to get in. No, it didn't give me an opportunity. So I appreciate you, sharing your analysis on, how you saw it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you said that. Because what do we always say? Wait for a verifiable signature, right? And looking at this hourly time frame, this right here is the 9 o'clock candle. So sometime in this time frame, right, this candle right here is when the 9:30 open happened, right? Somewhere inside here. Let's go find the exact 9:30 open. I know it's up here because we did it this morning, right? This is the exact 9:30 open, right? Book up, skapook up. All right. So that there is our exact 9:30 open. Right. Let's go back to the hourly candle. I was typing, it was dropping, and you kept saying there wasn't a reason to sell yet. Yep. All right. So this is where we open at 9:30, right there, all the way almost at the exact high of that candle. Right. Almost at the high of that candle. If you look there, right, we open up way up there. Okay. On a 60-minute time frame, what Deborah was saying, from 9:30, we start dropping. Right. So from 9:30, this is an hourly candle. So now this is 10 o'clock. What we're doing, we still dropping. Right. We come down there, then we come back and we close right there. So from 9 o'clock through 11 o'clock, Only thing we did down here was drop, take out the sell side, and trade back up, right? On this hourly time frame, right? After 9:30, right? And up until this 10 o'clock closure, price did not give one reason to say sell. Well, Tim, it was just dropping, 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 dropping. Don't that say sell? No, that just say that the price is dropping. That just say right now the price just looks weak. Right? So 9 o'clock, we just drop. Right? Take out sell side liquidity. Okay. Trade down into bullish order block. Right? Show a little bit of sensitivity at the order block. Show a little bit of sensitivity at consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. Should do that. We're down in a discount. All right. So now if price is bullish, this bullish order block should send us there. All right. The next candle opens up. All right. Trade up just a little bit. Drop down. Push past that. Push past that wick. Right. Take out the sell side. Come back up here. Trade down below the order block. Below that order block. Right. Below the new week opening gap. All right, below the lower quadrant of our daily range thus far. All right. And then we trade back up here and close. So now we've traded up here, set a high, taking out liquidity. Then we traded down here past the lowest low and made a new low. So now what does that mean? All right. We got a new dealing range here. Took out liquidity, took out liquidity. Right. So price has formed a dealing range. What type of dealing range did it form, Deborah? Since this is your topic, what type of dealing range?
It formed a bearish.
It formed a bearish dealing range. While forming that bearish dealing range, what did it form right here? What is that right
That's
there?
a CB.
It formed a bearish fair value gap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where's that bearish fair value gap residing?
In the premium.
In the premium. So if price does this, then it should do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes back up into the fair value gap, into bearish order block, and goes back down. Right? We wick back down, and then for the rest of the day, we just kind of hung out here. Right? Drop down again, hung out here. That's it, and closed there. All right. But you always, no matter, like I said today, no matter what time frame you're on, you want to wait until you get a verifiable signature. And once you get your verifiable signature, you just trust the process. Right? Now, we talked about this earlier when we was on there. We said on this 5-minute, 15-minute, 60-minute, price has not given us anything to do. But on the 1 minute, we've had several opportunities to sell. Price has created new structure that we can trust, and we've had the advanced opportunity to get short, the regular opportunity to get short, but because it was giving us structure that we could trust, right? But on the higher time frames, it wasn't giving us anything, right? When we talked about that earlier, we said that price, right? Price at, matter of fact, let's go back over here. Let's put this back over here for a second so that we can look at price in its proper context. That was our daily range right there. Right, so our daily range thus far, go back to 1 minute time frame. Right. This 1 hour fair value gap don't exist yet because we created that on the See when this came, let's move it to where it came into fruition. All right, so when this candle closed, all right, so when this candle closed is when that exists. All right, so we'll move it to there. All right, so right here, right? So right here is when that exists. So we trade up there, we're trading up into that. Everything before there, that don't exist yet. All right, so looking, this is our original range, right? So we get here at 930, right? We drop down there, take out that sell side, right? Trade back up, right? Then we displace away, right? Create fair value gap coming down, taking out liquidity, right? If you don't trust this right here, this fair value gap is being created in junction with this upper quadrant, right? This upper quadrant letting you know that we're in the premium of this dealing range, right? That fair value gap is resting at that upper quadrant. We trade up into it, we displace down, create another fair value gap in junction with the upper quadrant and a bearish order block in junction with the upper quadrant. We talked about this. If you don't trust that one, now price has created structure that you can trust. Why? Because we displaced away, traded back up into the imbalance and displaced away again. So now that order block right there, this little smaller area there, that's your new structure that price should not get back above. All right. Imbalance created right in line with the quadrant. Telling y'all, if you don't know how to use a roadmap, ooh, you missing out. Right. So opportunity to trade, right? We form another bearish fair value gap as we displacing down into the next quadrant right there. We've come here, gone back to a premium, right? Expanded, right? So you don't want to see it come back up here. You want to see it come back to a premium of this range, come back up to a premium right there. Right. But this way it get juicy, right? Because y'all keep forgetting, you keep forgetting that we can put quads on this. You keep forgetting. Where did we go back to? Right there to that consequent encroachment in between that right there. Oh, look at there, right in between those there. And then if you look at the range that I was talking about, right, where do we go? Back into the premium of that. Come here, back into the premium of that range, right? You can put quads on everything, right? So you have 1, 2, 3 opportunities there. Then you got a SIBI that's in line with another quadrant right there. Trade back up into that SIBI right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we got an order block short right there. 5, right? You got an opportunity to short off an order block there. There is a little SIBI right there that's in conjunction with that lower quadrant there, very small SIBI there, but this is more so coming off of this order block right here and that little rejection block there, right? And that's taking us down, and that takes us, this right here is the close of that candle, but that goes below the low right there. So coming down into that sell side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even a deep one here, 6. But I'm gonna tell you, these down here, right? These here wouldn't have been my favorite trades. Why? Because we're in the discount of the move now, right? Not saying that you can't take it. If there's enough risk to reward for you to come here, you can take it, right? But just saying this isn't my favorite area because why? We're in the discount of our range right now. All right. I'm not saying that you can't, because there's a lot of room in there to take some trades. Okay. A lot of room in there to take some trades. Right. And matter of fact, I was trading. I was trading in that. It was an order block we talked about. It was a 5-minute order block we talked about because we were saying that we right here. That's it right there. That 5-minute order block right there. Because we talked about the 5-minute time frame. All right. Nothing. No opportunity here. We're just going straight down. Create an order block. Nothing there. We go straight down. All right. Now here we trade back up into the imbalance. That's the first time that the 5-minute gave an opportunity for a retracement and an opportunity to get short right there. And we talked about this order block right here, right, should be respected. And I was shorting off of this order block back into that low right there. All right. And that's what I sent out in the Discord. If y'all didn't get a chance to see it, when I said that I think I said something about all buying and selling pressure, like just being funny. I'm always trolling. Right. I'm always trolling. Right there. Yep. For everyone that was in the pre-market analysis, who remember what I said about this bearish order block? Right. All buying and selling pressure. All buying and selling pressure. Right. Right here. That was this morning. Pop in and remind that was low last night. It's just buying and selling pressure that moves the market. Yep. That's it there. Right. But that's it. That same order block right there. So on the 5-minute, so what did we say? By the time we got down here, the 1 minute had already gave us 1, 2, 3. This was like the fourth opportunity on the 1 minute, and the 5-minute, that was the first opportunity on the 5-minute. If you're watching the 5-minute, that was your first opportunity to participate here. Right. That was your first opportunity to participate, unless you just, you trust the fact that, okay, this is an order block, I'm just going to get short. Unless you trust the fact that this is going to be a breakaway gap, I'm going to short off of the wick, right? I don't know. But as far as like clear, hey, I create a fair value gap, I retrace back to it. Hey, I create an order block, I retrace back to it. Anything like that, nothing. That's the first opportunity there. Okay. First opportunity there. Me, right? Trade back up to the order block there. I'm looking for it right at the wick. Why? Because we are already showing a healthy respect for it. We did not take out the low. So when we start trading back up, all I wanted to do is just kiss that order block. I don't want to dig into it. Just kiss that order block. Right. And I'm going to take it back down to the low. Right there. Boop. Go up, kiss the order block, drop down, get your eagle on. All right. Now that we did all of this right here, coming down, right, had several shorting opportunities on the 1 minute time frame, one shorting opportunity on the 5-minute time frame. Now we retrace back up into a premium of our new dealing range, right, into a premium of our new dealing range, right, and we come back up to an hourly fair value gap right there. Right. This is our hourly fair value gap. Come back up into an hourly fair value gap, right, to have a shorting opportunity on the higher time frame. Right. And then now as we look over here, after at 650, we're just about trading down into the low. Right. So we traded back into that at 11, right around 1120. Right, 11, 4, 11, like 11, 18, 11, 19, so because it's right there at the close of this candle. So just before 11:20, we trade into this SIBI, and now over here at 650, we still have it delivered to the short-term sell side, the low-hanging fruit, right, over the span of however many hours, right? Over the span of like 6 hours. Okay. Off of that hourly fair value gap. And then looking at the 15-minute time frame, right? We're coming down here, right? We got this first fair value gap right here, followed by another. We got a first SIBI, followed by another SIBI, right? Which breaks structure right there. So now that this SIBI is breaking the structure, it's in line with that quadrant level, and it's following right behind that SIBI right there. We're looking for this right here to act as a breakaway gap, right? Break away gap, bag. We're looking for this to act as a bag, right? Breakaway gap, right? We come down to the low, make a low, right? We take out the liquidity, right? Then we trade back up into what? The fair value gap. That's in line with the quadrant. Leave the bag alone. But what else do y'all notice? We talked about it earlier. Right. We talked about it earlier on the pre-market. What else do you notice about this area right here? Right. What else do you notice? When you look to the left, what do you notice about that area right there on this 60-minute time frame?
Balance.
We inverted that. It's an inversion gap in that area. That was the first area going up.
Right there.
Yeah.
That 330 SIBI right there. That's the first BISI that was created before we went up here, took out this liquidity, and came back down and got that change in the state of delivery right there. So that right there is a high probability ICT inversion fair value gap right there. All right. So when price trades back up to that SIBI at that quadrant level with that confluence of, I clicked the wrong thing, with that confluence of that inversion fair value gap, right? Look where price trades to. Price trades up just short of consequent encroachment of that inversion fair value gap. Didn't even get back above midnight, right? And then the body closed outside of that inversion fair value gap. And then price opened up, the very next candle opened up and traded up to consequent encroachment of that wick right there. And then drop it like it's hard, right? And then if you notice here on this 15-minute time frame, what did we create here? What do we create right there?
A balanced price range?
A balanced price range. Right? We got one clean delivery up, 15 minutes straight up, 15 minutes straight down, right? Look what the highest we reach right there. We don't go no higher than the wicks that's on this side of this balanced price range. Why? Because everything up there has been efficiently delivered, right? And we're gone. So when we trade back, when we opened up here, took out that low, we traded back up, stopped right there, bottom wicks, hung around in here, do, right? When we traded up, not going higher than that wick, do, trade back up, not going higher than them wicks, do. Right? Even though we're chopping back and forth, right? The algorithm always leave clues of what it wants to do, right? On no matter what time frame you're looking at, because even on this 15-minute time frame, right? You see this SIBI right here? We're not looking to short off that SIBI. Why not? Because that SIBI is in the discount of our dealing range. We're looking to short off that SIBI because that SIBI is in the premium. Well, Tim, this one is higher. I understand that one's higher, but this one here, we want that to be a breakaway gap, right? We have a breaker Right over here, we have an inversion fair value gap. What does Michael teach? Whenever you have a breaker with an inversion fair value gap inside it, you don't want to short right at the breaker. You want to short at that inversion fair value gap. Right? You want the opportunity to be there. The algorithm left it there for a reason, not just any inversion fair value gap in there, a true ICT inversion fair value gap. I really hope this is making sense to y'all. I really hope this is making sense to y'all. Did you get it? Did you get it yet? Oh, my secret. Oh.
This stuff works, Tim.
That's what they say. That's what they say. I don't, man. Look here. This, man, I'm gonna start making videos that say I'm gonna name every last one of my videos. ICT is a scam. That's what I'm naming the videos. And I'm gonna start off every video saying ICT is a scam, and here's why. Then I'm gonna talk about how ICT stuff really works. I'm fun to start playing the algorithm game, baby. I'm fun to get rich off YouTube. Hey, man. That's all I got, man. Do anybody got any questions? What y'all want? If y'all want to talk about something, I'll talk till the cows come home. But hey, man, I don't know how many different ways I can say it. I don't know how many. Are y'all seeing? Are y'all seeing that we've been hammering the quadrants for about 3 weeks now? Are y'all seeing it? Are y'all seeing the road? We've been talking about the roadmap for about 3 weeks now. Y'all been seeing it. No matter of fact, been longer than that. Cause we started talking about the roadmap when Michael first talked. I was like, man, I never thought about grading the IP to look back, and that was a couple months ago. That was a couple months ago. So we've been talking about the roadmap for a minute. Y'all starting to see, don't get scared thinking I'm going to kick you out the nest. I'm just asking a question over here. Are y'all starting to see it? Y'all, is the roadmap becoming clear? Is there anybody who's starting to trust the roadmap? Tim, what is your model or PD array of preference? I don't have a model anymore. I just trade the price action. I trade discretionarily. The PD array the PD arrays that I put the most emphasis on is fair value gaps and liquidity pools, like swing highs and swing lows. Those are PD arrays I put the most emphasis on for 2 reasons, because price moves toward liquidity and inefficiencies. The swing highs and swing lows hold the liquidity pools, and the fair value gaps are the inefficiencies. So I focus on the thing that the algorithm will draw towards, right? I use other things like order blocks and breakers and rejection blocks and all that stuff. I use it as confluence to support the narrative. It makes sense after the fact. Somebody told me that hindsight was 2020. But what you got to do, right? You have to learn how to identify the signatures. And once you learn how to identify the signatures, then you have to commit to something, right? You have to commit to, oh, this is what I see, right? You got to commit to it. You got to commit to, this is what I see, so this is what should happen, right? And you just start to trust the process. And then if it going against you, is what's going to teach you the most, right? If you say this is what it should do, and then it doesn't happen, when you go in and you truly study what didn't work out for you, then you can say, oh, I didn't wait for the higher time frame to do this. I was too zoomed in. 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. 9 times out of 10, you didn't wait for the higher time frame to do something. That 1 time out of 10, that's when Phil got you. Phil hit you. He pushed the button on you. But 9 times out of 10, you didn't wait for the higher time frame to do something. Right? You didn't wait for that hourly time frame to retrace back up here. All right. Once you got a breakout down here and you saw us close below that. Oh, full rule number 33 told me if we get a strong closure below the low, then I should look for a short. So you get that strong closure below the low right here, right? And then you drop down to a 1 minute time frame, right? You say, oh, we got a strong closure below the low, right? So I'm going to take this short on this 1 minute fair value gap right here. Oh, I got my head bust, man. This ICT stuff don't work. Right. This ICT stuff don't work, man. That's a 2022 model. Look at there. Tell me it's not. It is. We came here, right? We traded up. Uh-oh. We came here, we traded up above a swing high, we displaced down, took out liquidity, created a SIBI. So when I trade back in there, that's a 2022 model. I'm supposed to get short right there because I got a strong closure below that low right there. And I got my head bust. This ICT don't work. No. First of all, you're trying to sell in the discount of the move, right? We're down here on the lower quadrant of our daily range, right? So you haven't waited for price to come back to a premium. You should be looking for reasons to sell in a premium, not in a discount. All right. Price has not created any structure below this low that you can trust to keep selling off, right? It's forming structure right at the low right here. We're not below that structure. All right. Matter of fact, when we get back on top of the structure, this opportunity to be looking to buy. Why? We got inversion fair value gap right there in line with the quadrant. First SIBI created as we displace down, right? Come up, get a change in state delivery, inversion fair value gap at the quadrant, right? A BISI at the quadrant, right? Right after a breakaway gap, trade back down into it, take it back up, right? There's reasons to buy there based off what the higher time frame has done. There's no reason to sell there based off what the higher time frame has done. There's reasons to sell there based off what the 1 minute is showing, but you haven't waited for the higher time frame to do something. 9 times out of 10 is because you didn't wait for the higher time frame to do something.
Those were lashes.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That was me with my belt. That was me with my belt. Can you trust price to retrace after reaching the previous session low? Or again, it depends on the narrative. Yes, it's all about the narrative. All right. You don't want to ask yourself, can I trust that it's going to retrace because it reaches a session low? No. You want to ask yourself, has price come to an anticipatory reactionary point where it should retrace? All right. Why is it retracing? Because you want it to? No. You want it to, one, come into contact with a significant amount of liquidity that requires a retracement or a reversal. You want it to complete something on some time frame. You want it to be reaching a anticipatory reactionary point, reaching a liquidity pool, reaching a whatever you want to call it, PD array, right? Why should it retrace, right? What has it done? Has it done an accumulation? Has it done a manipulation? Has it done a distribution? Is it just expanding, right? At what point are we? Are we in the manipulation phase? Are we in the distribution phase? Are we in just another expansion phase? Because the expansion for the distribution gonna look just like the expansion for the manipulation. It's gonna look just like the expansion for the expansion. The expansion just gonna be the expansion. But what is it expanding for? Is it expanding to manipulate? Is it expanding to distribute? Is it expanding to prepare to retrace? Right? You want to know where are we in the narrative? Because sometimes we may come in contact with a low. Oh, let's use this low right here we're talking about. How about that? Right? We come here at 9:30 and we expand. Right? We expand. We're expanding. And we come in contact with a daily low. Right? Now, are we expanding to manipulate? Are we expanding to distribute? Or are we just expanding to expand? In the sense from 9:30, we're just expanding to expand, right? Why? Because we're expanding, and we hit a liquidity pool. Boom! When we hit a liquidity pool, now that we're at this liquidity pool, right? We come back up and we break structure. So now that we've expanded here, now we're anticipating a retracement. So we expand to retrace. Now that we've expanded and now that we've retraced, now we're looking to go distribute to something. All right. Why is price moving? And we come over here. Oh, look at there. We finally got there. Finally got there. This stuff must really work. Look at that. Expansion, retracement. Boop. Oh my goodness. Tim told us price only moves in certain ways. We gonna consolidate, expand, retrace, and deliver. Or we gonna consolidate, expand, reverse, retrace, and deliver. And we done did both of them from 9:30. We consolidate, expand, retrace, and deliver. And before 9:30, we consolidate, expand, reverse, retrace, and deliver. Oh my goodness. Stuff really works. Hey man, I be wilding. Yep, Price. What have you done for me lately? Do, 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 do. Ooh, yeah. Hey man, y'all got anything else for me? Nothing. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go try to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. I'm gonna go in here. Well, first, hold on, let me check. I gotta check something real quick. I should be able to make a request from Apex today. I should be able to make a request from Apex today. All right. Apex denied me last time. They said I didn't have good risk management on one trade. They said you had a trade that did not have good risk management. Speaking of Apex, I just seen it. They are still having a 90% off sale. You got 1 day left, right? Got 1 day left. They're having a 90% off sale. All the evals, you can get any size eval for $19.60 right now. If you pass it before tomorrow at midnight, right? So you just got one more day. If you pass it, if you buy it today and you pass tomorrow, if you get any account 100K or smaller, you only pay $65 for, so you all in at $84.60, right? I don't recommend trying to get any of these big old accounts because it just make you have to do more work to pass, make you have to do more work to get a payout, right? I feel like, hey, get the smaller accounts, get to the payout quicker, get your money, feel good about yourself, build your confidence, you know, all that. 50K give you like a lot of room to be wrong. 25K, get you there fast. Okay. 25K get you there fast. 50K give you a lot of room to be wrong. All right. So pick at your own choice. Make sure you use my description, my affiliate link in the description below. I don't have a fancy customized link. They reached out to me and say, hey, I want to be your personal something, but I ignored the email because I don't like people trying to tell me what I got to do, what I got to say. Right. When you start working with them folk, they want to tailor your narrative. Yeah, I ain't with it. But I do have affiliate link down there. I think it's like the second or third link down there. If you want to try your hand at prop firms, Apex, they got a 90% off sale right now. Now, I should be.
How long you have to pass it?
You can pass. You can take as long as you want to pass it.
Okay,
Right?
I was trying to make sure they didn't have any rule like they were trying to make you pass it in a certain amount of days.
No,
okay.
what it is, if you don't see, like right now, like I'm glad you asked that, right? Because right now you look at the sale and the sale says 1960 for any size eval, and then it's a lifetime PA for the 100K, 50K, 25K for $65, meaning you all in at 84.60, and then 125 for the bigger accounts, meaning you all in at 144.60. But if you don't pass it within the time frame of the sale, the activation fee is no longer discounted. You see what I'm saying? Like if you buy it today for 1960 and you take 3 weeks to pass it, if they're not running a sale on their lifetime activation fees at that time, you're just going to have to pay the activation fee for whatever size account you got. But while the sale is going, you could, if you pass it, you can get the activation for $65 or $125, depending on what size account you got. Now, if you buy it today and you take 2 weeks to pass it, in 2 weeks, if they having a sale on their PA, they say like all PAs are $40. You'll pay $40 for the lifetime thing, because if you pass an account during the time when they having a sale for the PA fees, you get that sale price. But if you buy account, like these accounts are 90% off for the first time, and then 50% off every month after that. So if you take 3 months to pass it, you're going to just renew at 50% of whatever this account costs. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be in perpetuity. But the PA reduction fee is not in perpetuity. Like you can't buy this now and then pay $65 a month from now, unless they having another $65 sale on the PA activation fee. The discounted PA activation fees is only during the time of the promotion. That's what I was saying when I said if you pass tomorrow, you can pay that $65, but you don't have to pay. You can just pay 1960, and then you could take up to 30 days to pass it without getting charged again. Right. So yeah, if you want to stack up on some of them, $19.60 right now, right? $19.60. You can go stack up on some. And but I'm tell you like this, man. Don't go stacking up on this stuff if you ain't got a vetted strategy, because it don't make no sense going buying all these accounts and then you can't pass them. And even if you do get lucky and pass them, you can't get to a payout. Right? You want to play smart, not hard. Right? We're in this to make money, not just spend money or floss for the internet. All right. We in this to make money. All right, man. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and I'm gonna go in there and check to see if I should be able to request that payout again. Well, not again, request to pay out in another account, because the one where they denied me, I still got to trade, I think 4 more days. But I got another account where I can request a payout. I really hope I can request this payout, because I spent some money today where I was banking on requesting this payout to make me bounce back. Request the payout. Yep, and it's there. It's there. Please enter an amount between 500 and 1077. I'm going to request. How much y'all think I'm going to request?
1077.
I'm going to request 1077. Yeah, man. Somebody said 1075. Okay, I'm put 1075 to give it a even number. Let me see. Let me do my hip pocket tax stuff real quick. Let me do my hip pocket. I always got to do my hip pocket tax stuff. 1075. Yeah. I do 1075. I'm doing 1077. Give me all my money. I want every penny. 1075 a prettier number. I'll do 1075. That's a nicer looking number. Now I want to hear no mess from them. Because in this account, now I know in the other account that they denied me, right? I've been making real sure that I've been watching my risk management, not letting the drawdown get too big. I've been studying it like a hawk. And so I got 3 more. Let me see. Let me check that. Let me go to that. What are these spam calls gonna be? Spam calls gonna be coming at me. All right, so I'm telling you, if Apex, if they deny me this time, they go, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off, but I'm gonna keep trading with them because I want the money. Trading with right now, I'm trading with Take Profit Trader and Apex. So 5. All right. So right now. Okay, so right here. All right. So I got right here. This is the one where they denied me. Right. And since they denied me, so far I've made 1381 in the account since they denied me. Right. And that them denying me actually helped me because it's got me like I'm at 54,577 in that account right now. Right. My consistency, I'm good on consistency. I'm consistent. Right. 5 days. So all I gotta do is trade 3 more days. I got 5 days. That's over $150. Right? 200, 369, 357, 293, 162. So I got the 5 days. That's over $150 on check. Right now, all I got to do is trade 3 more days. Right? Trade 3 more days. I got the 150 for 5. Trade 3 more days. Then right now, I'm in the clear. Right now, where I can request 1381 right now. Now, I got denied $1,000 payout, right? So I can't request more than what I've made since that denial, right? This is a very important thing, and I'm sharing this with y'all because this is very important, right? I can't request more than I make since that denial, or they're going to deny me again because that money that I requested is tied to a denial. Right. So before I can request that money, I have to get an approval first. So that's why I started it over from scratch with day 1. Right. And since I got denied, I'm up 1381. Right. And if you look here, 54,577 is more than 1381 from 50,000. That's because when I requested that first payout, I was at 53,175. Right. So since I was up to 53,175, right, I can't dig into that original $3,175 until I get an approval, right? So let's just say over the next 3 days, I just take it easy and I get 200, 200, 200, right? I could request 1980. I could request 1980 and I'll get approved, right? But if I request 2000, now the max I can request is $2,000. If I made 200, 200, 200, and it say 1980, since I got that now, even though I'm at 55,157, right? If I request $2,000, I'll get denied because I only made 1981 since that denial, right? And I'm digging into that money that got a denial tied to it, so they'll deny me again, right? So the only way I can request 2,000 is if I make more than like 2,000 or more now. Like if I make 300 one day, now I could request the max. I could request $2,000 if I did 300, 200, 200, and then I could request 2,000, the max, because I've made 2,081, right?
And when you gonna be able to get that money that they denied?
Once I like to say, if I do this right here and I request 2,000, now if I come in there, if I come back after I get that right there and I get that 2,000, right? Hold on, let me get my numbers together. Hold on. Okay, so that give me like 55, 25. Hold on. I got to get my numbers together here. Copy, paste. Okay, so 55 to, right? So all right, 55 to 57 minus 2,000. All right, that leave me 53 to 57. Okay. All right, so 53 to 57, 53 to 57, 42, right? So now just say if I did it like that right there, and then I request 2,000, right? God dog it, Tim. If I did it like that right there and I request 2,000, that'll leave me with 53 to 57, right? Because remember that original amount was 53, 1, whatever, right? So that leave me with 53 to 57. Okay, so that money that's tied to that now, that 53, what was it? 53, no, 53, 175, that was tied to that now, right? So now after I request that 2,000, I can come in and just make 150 for 8 days. I'm just gonna make 150 for 8 days, right? So 150 for 8 days, that's $1,200, right? 150 for 8 days is $1,200, and then that'll leave me with 54, 457, right? So that'll leave me, and then 54, 457. See, minus 2,000. As long as it don't go down below, I could yes. Because I can't, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Yes, because I can't go no lower than, I can't dig into my buffer by 500. Right. So my buffer is 52.6 and minus 500. As long as I don't go below 52.100, I can request it. So after I get that 2,000 approved or whatever, like it ain't got to be 2,000. Like if I request like 800 and get approved, right? You know what I'm saying? Now I can request I can start digging into that money. So if I come here and I made 1,200 on the next cycle, I could still request 2,000 because that'll bring me down to 52,457, which is higher than 52.1, right? Because I can't dig into my what's the name, no lower than $500 up until 6 payments. And once I get 6 payouts, then I can request all of it. I can request 100% of whatever in there and blow the account out. But that's one thing a lot of people don't understand, and they get trapped like tricked into with
Yeah, I
Apex.
wouldn't understand it either, them denying that payout. So you
Yeah.
gotta after denial, you gotta do one payout, and then the next payout you can request some of the
Yes.
money that they
You got to
denied.
get after the now, you got to get an approval. But that
Okay.
approval, you can't request any of the money that was denied.
Right, you gotta make money
Yeah.
after the money you made after that.
Yeah, you can only request the money that you made after where you was denied it, right? And so, like, once you get denied, right? Once you get denied, you're already over your payout buffer. So the easiest thing to do if you just want to get a payout is just shoot for like 150, because you see right here I'm doing small days: 200, 369, 357, 296, 162. That 162 was today, right? So I'm just shooting small because I'm just trying to get 5 days of $150 or more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I like, just say I can come in here and lose $50 for the next 3 days, right? If I come in here and lose 50, lose 50, lose 50, I can still request $1,200 and get a payout because I made $1,231 since that denial. I could just lose $50 a day for the next 3 trading days and still request a $1,200 payout. Because the minimum I can request is 500, the max I can request is 2,000 in a 50K account. So I can come and request 1,200, and once I request that 1,200, then the next payout cycle, I just go through a regular payout cycle, and then, you know what I'm saying, if I come in and make $1,500 over the next 8 days, I can request 2,000 because I got that other money that I was already, you know what I'm saying, that was already there that I could have requested before.
So and there's gotta be 8 trading days
Yes, you got to have 8 trading days,
with your
and
consistency.
5 of those days got to be $150 or more. You can go and make $1,000 a day if you want to, but you just got to remember it's got to be 30% consistency.
So
So
you
if you,
can't go out and make too much and then start making small ones. You got to
yeah,
be around the same amount, pretty much.
yeah, you pretty much got, and the best thing to do is when you figuring it out, you come in and say, okay, um, what is like your you just think about like, okay, what profit target am I trying to hit, right? And you decide that by saying, how much do I want to keep as a cushion? How much do I want to keep as a cushion? If you say I want to keep my full 2,600 as a cushion, right? Then you got to say, okay, if I want to keep my full 2,600 as a cushion and I want to make a full 2,000 payout, that means I need to have 2,600 plus 2,000, right? I need to have 4,600. I need to make 4,600 in order to do that. You have to decide up front, what do I want to do, right? You, in this case, you saying I want to keep my full cushion of 2,600 and I want to take a $2,000 payout, right? So that means the first go around, you need to make 4,600 in profit, right? And then you say, I want to do it within 8 trading days. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You pick what you want to do. So then you say 4,600 times 0.3. No one trading day can be bigger than 1,380. As long as no one trading day is bigger than 1,380, right? You'll meet consistency, right? Because the largest profit you're trying to get is 4,600. So long as no one trading day is bigger than 1,380, no matter if you take 20 trading days, no matter if you take 8 trading days, long as one of them days, no one of them days can be larger than 1,380 based off of what you said. You said, I want to take out 2,000 and I want to keep my $2,600 cushion, right? So if you go in here and let me do this right here. So we're going 1380, right? So you go 1380. Then we'll go 600, right? That's 1980. Then we'll go 900. That's 2888. Then we'll go 500. That's 33. Then we'll go 1,000. That's 4380. So we still need now.
You're not meeting consistency.
Yeah, I know. We still need. I'm looking at the number, trying to get to the number there.
With the 4,600.
Yeah, see right there, the 4,600. That's
Yeah.
how much we see, because I did 1380 at the beginning. So it's telling you the number you got to get to. And then right here is telling me I still need $220 to make it to that number.
Okay.
Right. So I'll come in here 220 that day. Right. Let's do 225 or something, because it's saying no. All right. 225. There you go. All right. So now I made consistency. Right now, I can't go under. Right. So instead of doing 225, we're just gonna do we're gonna do 500. Right. We're gonna do 500. And then we $280 over what we needed based off our highest day. Right. So we can come in here on, let's just say day 7, we lose 100, right? And then day 8, we lose 100, right? We're still consistent, right? We got 4,680. Now we can withdraw $2,000 and we still got our $2,600 cushion, right? We still got our full cushion, where you're at the point where that's the first requirement you need to be able to make a withdrawal, get the cushion, right? So now, and then if you say, oh, I want to dig into my cushion by that 500, right? So that means instead of having 4,600, you only need 4,100, right? So if you only need 4,100 times 0.3, your biggest day can't be no more than 1,230. If you're going up to 4,100, you see what I'm saying? You just plan out how much of a cushion I want to keep after I withdraw, how much I want to withdraw. And then once you get your numbers, now I got my numbers of what I got to do, right? And then you can say, all right, I ain't trying to rush it. I ain't trying to just do it in 8 days. I want to get $4,600. That's nowhere. I know that's where I want to get, right? I'm going to do it, you know what I'm saying? Within 2 weeks, right? I'm going to do it within 2 weeks. I'm going to give myself, I'm going to do it within 12 trading days, right? I'm going to give myself 12 trading days. That's two full weeks plus 2 days. I ain't trying to rush it, right? Divided by 12, right? If I can make $385 over 12 trading days, right? Then I'll be able to take that out. You break it down however you want to break it down. You know what I'm saying? If you're going hard, if you're going easy, all you do is do the math, come up with a strategy, and be like, okay, this how much money I need to make. That's how you take all of the headache and stress off of yourself, by having a plan. Right? You want to have a plan. You don't want to just go get the prop firm and get, because then you pass. Now you like, oh, I need to get a payout, but you ain't got no plan on how you're gonna get the payout. Right? You need to have a plan on how you're gonna get the payout. As soon as you get to the payout, give me my money, right? Because you want to be profitable. You don't want to spend money on the challenge, right? Get the funded account, right? Never get a payout and blow it. Go back, start over again. Don't get the payout and blow it. Go, next thing you know, you 10 tries in, right? 10 tries in, you might be done spent $2,000 now. You know what I'm saying? 10 tries in, you might be done spent $2,000. Now you need a 2,000 payout just to break even. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know,
I see 6 and 2 over there.
Hmm?
Yeah, 75% on your win rate.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
62.
It's but yeah,
Hey, he got
based
a
on
good season starting off so far. The Dolphins be starting off like that a lot of years.
but yeah, this is and this the way this is set up, it's set up by like the days. The way the spreadsheet set up is set up by the days. Like
Yeah.
you're looking at winning days. It ain't like a
Okay,
real
okay.
representation of how many trades you're taking and losing.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
just set
thought
up
this
by the
was
days.
as far as accounts you had with them. I thought
Mhm.
this was like 8 accounts and you won 6 out of 8. So those are days.
Yeah, these are
Hey,
days.
check what your homeboy said in the
These prop firms are more confusing than looking at the charts.
yes it
they
is.
they are now. I'm gonna tell you, like Apex, Apex ain't far from anybody else, but the one thing about Apex is the one rule about Apex that I consider like a hidden rule. Y'all can't see me using air quotes right now. A hidden rule. That's why I always harp on that about if you get a denial, you can't you can only request money that you made after that denial, and then you can request that other money once you get an approval. It's not hidden, it's in there, but it's not just one of the ones in the forefront that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? They just talk about all the rules that everybody talk about, right? And like everybody who be talking about, oh, we got simple rules, we got this, they got the same rules Apex got. All of them got the exact same rules. They got it, and everybody like to harp on the fact that Apex got trailing intraday drawdown. But guess what? A lot of these companies that be claiming they ain't got no trailing intraday drawdown, they have accounts that's got trailing intraday drawdown. Like they like Tradeify. Tradeify, they lightning funded accounts, the ones where you pay to go straight into the funding, right? If I'm not mistaken, when I don't know if they changed it, but they got trailing intraday drawdown on them lightning funded accounts. Now on the other accounts, they don't have trailing intraday, they got end of day drawdown. But you know what I'm saying? They got trailing intraday drawdown. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that everybody be hollering about Apex so wrong for doing. Why? Because that trailing intraday drawdown keep people from being able to let trades run up and then come back and run up, then come back, and then end up getting this huge trade because they held it like all day long. And it might have been chopping back and forth all day and had a big run up at the end of the day. But if you got intraday drawdown, right? If it go really far in one direction, like it's been very volatile, if you let it come all the way back down, that could blow your account. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why with them prop firms, I be base hit McGee. Base hit McGee. You just got to understand. Like I'm gonna tell you, I hated prop firms when you couldn't get me to think about a prop firm. I said, man, I'm retired. I ain't working for nobody on it. And then I sat down and I really started researching them and I started thinking about it. I said, wait a minute. The the return on investment to that is crazy.
Yeah, what you paying? Like,
I
that's
could
what I was going to say.
I could spend $84 and then just trade it, and I can withdraw 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, right?
That's a
That's
major flip.
that right there. That's what's that? 20, like 2, 4, 6, 18. That's 12,000 right there
Off of $90.
off of $90. And then all I gotta do is trade one more time and then take whatever left in there. So that's 12. And let's just say I got 3,000 left in there after another 8 trading days. I can take another 3,000. That's 15,000 off for $84. Man, you can't beat that.
Change
Okay,
your whole
Tim.
outlook.
Tim,
Yeah.
okay, I understand most of this sort of, but what do you, like, say for instance, you get to 25K account, how much do you have to make to pass?
1,500. You 16 to pass, you got to make 1,500, right? And then your cushion is the same thing, 1,500 plus one. So you got to make 1,600 to be eligible for a payout, right?
Okay.
And you can take, if you can just get 1,600 on the dot and then take 500 out. right?
Okay.
Because you
And
can
that
dig.
keeps your cushion then.
Yeah, because you can only dig into your cushion by 500. No matter what size account you got, you can only dig into that cushion by 500 with Apex, right? So you get 1600, right? If you take out 500, right, that leave you with 1100. So now instead of having $1,500 drawdown, you only got 1100. You see what I'm saying? You only got 1100 in drawdown, and it's a trailing drawdown until you get that 1600. Once you get that 1600, it's not a trailing drawdown no more. It's an end of day drawdown, right? And so, but not even the end of day drawdown. It's locked in. It's locked in at 25-1, right? Once you hit 1600, the lowest you can go is 25-1, and you blow the account. It's locked in at that. There is no more trailing. It stays at 25-1 once you make that cushion, right? So your drawdown is always 25-1, right? And then you make, right? Right? You make your 1600, right? And then you take out 500, right? So now you got wait a minute. Let me see, 25,000 plus 1600. Right, 26,600. There you go. Minus 500. Right. So now you got $1,000 in drawdown, because that 100, that's money they're gonna keep on you, right? So you got $1,000 in drawdown instead of 1,500. If you just make 1,600 and take out 500, right? You got $1,000 in drawdown, and then but to take another payout, you got to be above 26.6, right? You got to be above 26.6. So let's just say over the next 8 days, you make $1,500. We're just gonna say $1,500, right? That's what you at 27.6. Now with the 25K, you can take out $1,500, right? You max, right? You take out 1,500, it bring you all the way down to 26.6 again, right? So now you got $1,000 in drawdown, all right? And then you say another 8 days, you make $2,000, right? But you can only take out 1,500, right? Because the max you can take out is 1,500, and now you at 26.6. You at your buffer already, right? Yeah, you at your buffer. So you starting off, you already made one requirement. You at 26.6. That's the minimum you got to have to be eligible for a payout. Now all you got to do is do the 8 days, 5 of them more than 150. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and then once you, let's just say you do 5 withdrawal, we do 6 withdrawals of 1,500, right? You do 6 withdrawals of 1,500, and then over 8 days you make you got 26.6, and then over 8 days you make $3,000, right? Now you can go in there minus 25,100. You can go in and take out that $4,500 and blow the account. You know what I'm saying? Because you done got to the point where you can take out 100% of your profits. If you wanted to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can go in and take out all that money and then just blow the account out. Anything else, Yolanda?
And this spreadsheet will help keep track, right?
Yep.
Of consistency and just kind of how you, like you said, you can kind of set about how much you want to make a day or how many days you want to pass it in, and then divide, and you'll know how much you have to make per day.
Mm-hmm. And then you can set body percentages, right? Y'all can see right there. I had a horrible day yesterday on what's the name. I was in there swinging for the fences and got my head bust all up on Traderfy. I was mad too, because all I had to do, right? I was 5 days in, right? But I was under 53,000, right? All I had to do was make like $500, right? 3 trades took me out. Three losses back to back. Bam, bam, bam. Hit my daily max draw. Daily max drawdown is 1,200. I was so pissed off. All I had to do was make enough to get over 3,000, and then I could request $1,500. Bust in the head, but it's all gravy. Bounce back, right? Made 500 a day, right? If I get 2 more days, let me see. Let me do 500. See what happened. 500. Nope, that ain't enough. Still need $300 over there. Do a $400 day. Yep, there you go right there. Then I can request 1,500. I can request 1,500 off that account, right? Because it'll be over 3,000, right? But yeah, 3 losing trades took me out. Just trying to force 500. Let me see, 502.96. Let me see. Yeah, it was 50. Yep, 52.5 right there. Trying to force 500. All I needed was 500. 500 would have put me over the hump. I could have requested 1,500. All right. 3 quick losses back to back. 3 quick losses back to back. And I was like, right. But that would happen. That would happen sometime. And then the only reason why I kept trying to force this right here is because with Tradeify, I'm well in the green on Tradeify. So it's like when I be well in the green on these prop firms, I push it a little bit harder. Like normally, if I would have taken a loss and then came back and took another loss, right, I'd have been like, you know what, I ain't gonna try to force it. I ain't gonna, keep eating down my equity like that. But since I'm so far in the green with them, I tend to push it a little bit harder. And they got a daily lockout limit. And then what's crazy about it, right? The daily lockout limit is 1,200. But if you got a trade that makes you lose more than what that lockout limit is, they'll take it all away from you. They'll take it away from you. Take that. See, they took the whole 1,343 away from it, right? Even though the lockout's supposed to be 1,200. That's a whole 143 extra. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna bounce back. All right, we're gonna bounce back. Consistency, yes. There. Consistency, yes, there. And then I withdrew. What did I say? I did 1075 over there. Y'all know I don't even like talking about money like this on Algo's internet.
Where you see the 1075? It shows you taking time. I don't see that on the thing.
Not when I did the request already, and I was
Okay.
I was just thinking out loud when I typed in 1075.
Yeah, I was. I know I don't see 1075 nowhere.
So that's 52, 110. Okay, so now 52, 10, no, 12, 52. What is that? 52, 102. 202.
Oh, that's the request you just made earlier. When you was going back and forth about 77 or 75, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
102. All right, so 52, 102 right there. Come back here. 0 to that. All right, so now I got 52, 102 there. So now on this right here, right? So 50,000 plus 2,600 minus 2,000. right? So 50,600. No, it's 25. It's 25. 50,000 plus 2,600 equals minus 2,500, right? So 50,100 is the lowest I can go, right? And so requesting that, right? Requesting that 1075, right? Now 52,102 minus 50,100. Now I only got $2,000 in drawdown instead of 2,500. See what I'm saying? Because I dug into my cushion by $500, right? If I would have just requested 500, then I would have the full $2,500 cushion. But screw that. $2,000 cushion is more than enough. Give me my money. Give me my full what I can request. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Even with Tradeify, right? With Tradeify, when I get to like just say if I have just if I have 53,100, right? Right. I take out that 1,500, right? And that's gonna leave me with 51,600, right? So 53,100 minus 2,000, right? That leaves me with what's that? $500. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. It's got to be more than that. Let me see. 53,000 is what I need to be able to request, right? 1,500 minus 1,500. That leaves me with 51,500. Okay. So, yeah, that is right. Let me see. No, I made $3,000, so it should be more. So, oh yeah. So 50. That's the cushion minus 2,000. All right. There you go. All right, that makes sense now. So if I made 53,100, so if I made 53,100, right? 53,100 with them, I'm taking that full 1,500. That leave me with 51,600, and then 51,600 minus 5,100. That leave me with $1,500 in drawdown instead of 2,000. Right, because that's what I did last time. Now they got like a 90-10 split. So when I request that 1,500, I'm gonna get like 1,330 or 1,380 or something like that. Times 0.9, 1,350. So I get 1,350 when I request that 1,500 because they got a 90-10 split off the top. Right, but that only leave me with $1,500 drawdown instead of 2,000. I don't care. I don't care about, oh, I got 500 less drawdown. I don't care. Give me my money. Give me my money, because that 1,350 gonna put me back up. You know what I'm saying? Call like right now. Let me see what they got going on. Tradeify. Right, Tradeify. Right now they got 35% off. Right, this they select accounts. They select accounts for a 50K select is 103. Right, they don't have no activation fee. So for a select account, 103. Right, and then you can pick two different ways you want to get paid with the select accounts. The growth accounts, right, $97. Right, so with the growth account, now right now I got a growth account, so it's $97. Right, all in. Right, then you go through, you get up there, you make that first $1,500 request. Right, you to the good 1,350 minus 97, you to the good $1,250. Right, crazy return on investments. $97 to make 1,200. Right, 97 divided by 1250. No. 1250 divided by 97. What's that? 1200%. Yep, 1288. Yeah, 97 plus 12. Yep. 1288, 1200%. Right? 1200% return. $97. Then you get a 13.
That's a nice flip right there.
Yeah, nice. That's what I said. Real is not, you can't beat it, man. Man, when I started doing the math, I said, no. Why I ain't been up on this game? You feel me?
And you investing in yourself. It ain't like you putting the money out there for somebody else.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
investing that little 100 in yourself. Only you can prevent the forest fire.
Fires.
You know what I mean?
Only you.
Only
But like
you.
I tell anybody, man, don't just go out there because you see the money that can be made. Learn the skill. Once you learn the skill, practice it. Once you become proficient at whatever your strategy is, then you get out there and start dipping your toe in the water.
Man, you can't tell people that when they wake up with bills. You see, I woke up with a bill this morning. I was ready to take the trade.
Hey, I wake up like that every day, man. I be like, man, I need to bounce back. I be like, man, I need to bounce back. I told you what I took December. It's December 15th.
Yeah.
Remember I told you how much money the bank said I spent in December? It's December 15th, and you said I spent what? I'm like, man, I need to bounce back. Like we go like that every day, man. We wake, man. I tell people like this every day, man. I can only speak for a 53-year-old black man in the United States of America. I can't speak for all men. But when I wake up, man, it's like a weight on my shoulders because I got real responsibility. I got a wife, I got kids, I got people depending on me, man. You know what I'm saying? And then it's
ain't
crazy.
lying, y'all. Tim got everybody depending on him.
It's crazy because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can sit down and I can run in the Victim Olympics and say, oh, the man against me. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't like how the police looking at me. Or I could just suck it up. You know what I'm saying? I could suck it up, keep my head down, and go ahead and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I tell people every day, I don't bother people because I know what I'm going to do if somebody bother me. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. I stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? I grind, keep my emotions in check, and I keep it moving, man. Because it's hard out here in these streets, man. Hard out here. That's why, hey, man, if I ever had an opportunity to help somebody, I help them. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for the ability to be able to help people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing back from nobody that I help. You know what I'm saying? Because I
He
know.
help a lot of people, y'all.
But it like, man, it like we all deal with that same thing, man. We all wake up. We all just a decision away from being in jail. We all one paycheck away from poverty. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much money you got, man, you one paycheck away from poverty, man. You know how expensive it is to live out here, man. Man, y'all, my brother went to a cafe today, a coffee shop today, and these people, I swear, the way it look inside there, I know they charging $25 for a cup of espresso. He went to
It'll come with a muffin. It'll come with a muffin.
Went to a sushi bar last night. They want $18 for spicy tuna rolls. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. But first of all, y'all went to Alaska and caught the tuna, got on a red eye back here, cleaned it.
Yeah, for that price, ain't it? For one roll.
Hey, man, hopefully y'all got something out of this, man. Sometimes we just need real conversations when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, expectations in this game. Right? We need real conversations when it comes to expectations in this game. And I'm only here to give it to you raw and uncut, man. Develop a plan, execute the plan, and don't worry about what they're doing out there on Al Gore's internet. This stuff works. right? This stuff work. Learn this stuff however you want to use it. If you want to use it for futures, if you want to use it for options, if you want to use it for buy and hold, if you want to use it for stocks, right? Don't let nobody discourage you from doing this right here, because it's hey man, it's life-changing money out here. But don't do it because you know it's life-changing money out here. Do it because you want to set up something for you want to set up your legacy, right? And then just piece of advice, man. This is what I do with my kids. I can't tell you what to do with your kids or your grandkids, right? Don't leave your family money. Make the money and leave your family the plan. Make the money and leave your family the plan. Make sure they understand the plan. Make sure they got the knowledge to execute the plan. Make sure they got the discipline to stay the course, and instilling them to leave their children the plan. Because if you leave them money, they're going to spend it. They're going to fight over it. And then next thing you know, 2 generations later, they're going to be back working check to check. Make the money, pass the plan on to them. Right? That's free advice for me to you. You take it or leave it, man. Hey, man. Until the next time I decide to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that we call price action, man. It's your boy Timothy Lee Rogers, aka Ranya Grande. Y'all can't see my background right now, but y'all know what it is, man. Y'all be safe out here in these straight and streets, man. Gone.